Howdy, y'all. So on the next episode of Ricky's Big World, we gonna spill all the tea. Well, on one particular day, I took my shoe off, took the bandages off, and my middle toe was in the bandage. It had snapped off.
Back in the pizza world caverns, behind the test ovens, and in reality next to the bathrooms, it's Ricky's Big World.
Howdy and welcome to another episode of Ricky's Big World. I'm Ricky and I'm big. So, right. Roxanne, no.
Your introduction was great.
Was it good this time? Okay, I apologize. You know, every now and then she's snapping me, talking about I didn't like it. Do you watch horror movies?
No.
Why not?
I don't like them.
Okay, but why? Why don't you like horror movies? I love horror movies.
I'm just not a fan, like, of all the blood and things like that. Like, there's enough negativity. I don't need to.
All right, I like werewolf movie, vampires, those type of horrors and all that. When you get into like the real world kind of massacre stuff like that, I tend to stay away from them. But let me tell you what, as you know, I'm a double-leg amputee. Now, when I lost my left leg to flesh-eating disease, and I watched that one. That was terrible.
Yeah.
I lost my right one to bone disease associated with the flesh-eating disease. Now,
that's crazy.
With that, when I should start over with this though, because I don't know if anybody knows about the amputations, do they?
We've talked about it and we've mentioned them, but they don't know
the story. Y'all know the story. Get some popcorn in a rare state because we're about to talk about it. All right. So in 2010, I went to Wyoming and South Dakota, and while I was there, I got a blister on my foot and on my left foot. And yes, I got the sugars. I'm diabetic, and I stepped in some mud in the Badlands, and evidently, I thought it was fine. I washed it off, did what I was supposed to do normally and everything else. So the last forward from 2010 to 2013, all of a sudden I started getting these sores. I mean, nasty sores, right? Just nasty. And I thought nothing of it. It's like, it is what it is. And I can take care of myself. So then it just continually getting worse and worse and worse. My mentality was, you know what? I can handle it myself. I'm a grown man. It is what it is, right? So one day I noticed that my middle toe started like becoming a little discolored, and I thought, okay, I must be wearing my shoes just like a little bit too tight, because maybe the swelling and things like that. And so what I would do is go in the bathroom, I clean my leg up and rewrap it and everything else, go about my business. Well, on one particular day, I took my shoe off, took the bandages off, and my middle toe was in the bandage. It had snapped off, and I didn't know.
What?
It
just came off.
Like it's like snap on. It just like snap on, snap off. Your toe gone.
Well, I would be.
Let me tell you about my mentality. My mentality was, okay, what would our caveman ancestors would have done in a situation like this? Would they have went to the doctor? No. Would they went to the witch doctor? Maybe. Or would they just carried on? So
your toe just came off, and this is where your
I didn't say it was the most perfect ideal situation. I'm just saying, when you lose the toe and it just snap off, I mean, I'm not going to put it around my neck as a necklace or nothing. I'm just saying, now, hold on, let me tell the story. So my toe was inside the wrapping, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? It didn't hurt. It evidently wasn't bleeding or nothing.
Were you grossed out?
Not really. And my toe looked like this. My foot was like I had camel toe.
Too bad they can't see the faces I'm making right now.
That's the truth. All right. So I take it, and I have resolved myself to, okay, this is just something that happens in life, and I wrap it up, throw it in the toilet, flush the toilet, and it went on down.
You flushed your toe down the
I
toilet?
flushed my toe down the toilet. It was pretty too.
I just want everybody to know, like, I've genuinely never heard this story, and I think it's very apparent.
Yeah. We need to turn the camera around on you. All right. So I'm watching my toe just going down. And so I look at it. Everything's fine. A little crusty, gnarly looking thing. But, you know, it again, my foot looked like that. So I clean everything else, rewrap it, and put my shoe back on, go back into the dining room where everybody's eating, and decided, okay, well, never mentioned it.
You never told anybody?
Mm-mm. Never mentioned it. Jennifer found out when I found out we had to cut my right leg off.
Hold on. Yeah, go.
A toe's a toe to toe.
You kept it from Jennifer so long that she didn't find out until your entire leg had to get amputated?
I don't think she was concerned. She knew something was wrong because she said, I can smell. I said, something don't smell right. Did you wipe your boo-boos? I'm just, what does that stink? And because the infection had hit in so bad.
Ricky.
And well, hold on, I'm telling the story now. You gonna let me tell the story? So what happened was, you know, everything was fine. And then fast forward, you know, to 2014. And about October 2014, I started dropping weight. I mean, my body was eating itself with a flesh-eating disease. Necrotizing Fasciitis is the official term for it. And I was working at a job, and my patience level was so bad that my manager got an attitude with me, and I just told her she can keep her job, and I walked out and just left. And from there on, I was bedridden from October till December, losing weight, dropping. The only time I would get out of bed is to use the bathroom, and it got so bad. I don't know how. I don't want to be gross, but I'm just going to say I did not realize I broke my leg. My bone had got so weak it snapped, and I fell and got back up again on it, and didn't think anything of it because it didn't hurt. It had gotten that bad. So December 6th, I was so bad and so skinny that Jennifer was trying to force me to go to the emergency room. So I told her, no, I'm fine. I'll be fine. And sleeping day after day after day. And then finally, she forces me to go to the emergency room because I heard her in there scream. She just screamed frustration. We get in the car. What she said took hours to do. But to me, it didn't seem like it was that long. We get in the car. We show up at the hospital. All I remember was getting or seeing two nurses with a wheelchair. I get out, get into the wheelchair, get rolled in. I pass out. I wake up, my leg's gone. They had to cut the leg off in order to save my life. And the doctor said that if I laid in bed another 12 hours, I would have been dead from sepsis and everything else I had gotten. So,
Wow.
But they said my immune system was incredible because they figured out that I must have gotten the flesh-eating disease from that trip to Wyoming and South Dakota in 2010. But my symptoms didn't show up until 2013. They said normally people can lose a body part within a month. So my body fought it off for that long. Even though all the problems and toes falling off and everything, I got 9 more. And so so that happened, rehabilitation and everything else. And then fast forward again to May of 22, and I had to make the decision to cut this one off, because my right leg off, because it was causing problems too. It was very familiar. And at first they were like, well, how about why don't we just cut your foot in half? And I said, well, I don't want to walk around like no goat, so because it'll be like that.
Yeah.
And so I said, why don't you cut to here where it's on the same level so that we can I'll be even. So they agreed. Well, I love horror movies, and I was sitting there watching Friday the 13th because my surgery was on Friday the 13th, May 22nd.
Oh my goodness.
And so I was watching Jason with his knife skills hacking things up and choppity chop chops. And I was like, okay, I'm ready now. We got to go. Let's go. Because I wanted it done in February of 22, but the doctor took his time. And so I kept calling him out. Is we going to do the loppy chop chop? Is we going to do the choppity chop chop today? And they said, well, no, because we got to do this. Okay, so finally we got the date. And I said, I'll drive myself there. Because my foot had gotten, deformed, and I couldn't feel it to walk. So I was back driving again, 2 months later, everything else, because I'd already gotten so used to walking on a foot I couldn't feel.
Right.
That was no big deal. So yeah. And so we're talking about loving horror movies. I love the choppity chop chop movies because I can go back in there and go, yep. But you know what the biggest thing is, though? I'm real critical in zombie movies now.
Why?
Because after getting flesh-eating disease, I know what that really looks like.
Oh,
and so I'm watching movies going, y'all got to work on that. That paint job is terrible. What was that? That's too paint. That flesh falling off don't look real.
You can talk to makeup next time you do a zombie film.
I can talk to what?
You can talk to makeup next time you
There
do
you
a
go.
zombie
Thank
film.
you, Carter. Look what Carter brought.
Ooh.
These are the
Toasted ravioli.
toasted raviolis. Okay, well, we're going to have to try. Oh, they're hot. Never mind.
Yeah, I might give it a second.
They'll give it a second. Second, nothing. So,
Those are just like those pizza roll-ups. Like, you make up and then you eat them and you probably burn your mouth right away. So,
yeah,
give
but
them a second.
I like them though. So we're going because I don't need my tongue falling off like my toe. So, but I thought I told you about that toe.
No.
You know nothing about it?
No, I was legitimately shocked.
Somebody said I should have kept it and actually made a necklace out of it. And I was like,
No.
But it looked like it had been, it looked like a tree root.
That's crazy to me.
You know, like it was from primordial times. But it did. It just snapped off. And I didn't even feel it. So I guess we were good.
Wild.
Hmm?
That is so wild.
It is. I think what gets people off guard is how just every day I can tell the story.
Yeah.
But you know what? I get more interested in your reaction to it because to me it happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I had to make a decision. Do I really want to keep this toe put in a jar with some vinegar? No. So I flushed the toe down the toilet and watched it go down. It was swimming. And again, no one ever knew.
I guess from my perspective, when you think about like losing limbs, you always think about like put it on ice because you can put it back. But I guess at the end of the day, there was no putting it back anyways for you.
What you mean put it on like this ain't no margarita or nothing that we're doing. I'm like, although did you know that there's a restaurant in New York that actually has a toe drink? And I can't remember the name of the restaurant. They have an amputated toe that I can't remember. They get it from cadavers at the medical school there or what. But there's a specific drink, and you actually have to drink the drink, and your lips have to touch the toe.
Oh no!
To make it authentic.
Nope.
So
absolutely not.
I think Pizza World should do that.
There is nothing fun about that.
That's good.
Is it hot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and it's fresh.
Yeah.
Whose phone was that?
It's one of our tablets, so it's third party. So, again, this morning we're filming pretty early. The shop has opened like 15, 20 minutes ago. So, we're getting a lot of deliveries and getting things ready for the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the sounds for delivery.
I like my artwork. I had to do this myself because the production team got lazy today. All right. And it's beautiful, even though Bob said he didn't like it, but he's okay with that.
We give him a star on his cup one time, and now he expects it all the time. So much so, he decided to do it for himself today.
I mean, I got spoiled. I was like, where's my star?
We do spoil you.
Yeah, y'all do spoil me. I mean, I'm sitting here eating this lovely food, and y'all spoiled a mess out of me. But, all right, so we got the toasted ravioli squares.
Yeah.
I think they're good. Try one.
Oh my gosh, I did it again.
What?
There's another earthquake as I was reaching for the... Sorry, guys. For people,
that again, professional.
For people who are on the podcast and have no idea what just happened, I hit the camera again.
She hit the camera.
I'm sorry.
Once again, professional. I mean, you knew it was going to be professional. We sitting in front of the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look. Okay. Got my star on it.
You're listening to us just to have a good time, not for the professional quality.
Well,
These are pretty good.
That's true, but I mean, once again, they still wanted me to have the bathroom as my office, and I was like, no, I don't know about that.
I thought they'd be really hot, but they're like the perfect temperature. So
they were
pretty good
hot.
temperature. Yeah. They're perfect.
Well, here's what I love is you still have an appetite after that toast story. You eating.
I don't even think about that.
But
I guess I do.
yeah. So that's that story. And it's just, and again, somebody said I need to write a book about life as an amputee, and then include that story.
How has your life changed since you've become an amputee?
For the better, actually.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. I'm more adventurous. Like before, I would never do a podcast, and I don't like being in front of a camera. Well, again, my first amputation was in 2014, and that was December 2014. I go to the hospital. I get out exactly a month later, so December 6th to January 6th. Physical therapy and everything else. In May of 2015, just a few months later, I walk into the radio station and to see a friend of mine and say, hey, I just want to let you know I'm alive and well. I walk out with the morning show.
Yeah.
I didn't even audition for it or anything.
Wild.
And so I am, been doing that for all this time. I work. I don't. I'm not going to sit there and stay at home, cry, poor pitiful me mess.
Yeah.
And so I've noticed. Hold on, I got the bubble gut.
Oh Lord.
Okay. That's good.
Again, not professional, but
it's real. Okay.
that's what we're all about.
Okay. Anyway, so the again, I become more adventurous. I'm not scared of things like I used to be,
Yeah.
or I won't say scared. I have more of an option in my brain to sit there and say, let's try it. Let's just go ahead and try it. So that's when the whole filming career started.
Yeah.
Is because I just said, let's go do it.
Yeah.
And I've survived this.
Nothing to lose now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I survived this, and that's why the first one I didn't schedule. Like I said, I just woke up, it was gone. The second one, that's what I had to schedule. I thought it was going to be tough
Yeah.
to schedule something like that, but I was excited about it. I was like, let's go. My leg's going to be even, because even on my plate, I got to put the mashed potatoes next to the green beans, and they got to be even. Or I got to put the fried chicken next to this. It's got to be even. So, there.
Yeah, it does give you a different outlook on life. It's hard when you're thrown. The audience doesn't know this, but I also went through a pretty rough health
And I won't
issue.
ever bring that up. That's your business to tell.
Yeah, but it does give you a different perspective. In the moment, it can feel very overwhelming. It's a lot of work. I'm sure it was a lot of work for you to walk and get all that going, and it can be tough. But I have a very similar view on life now, where it's like, you've hit rock bottom. It's been bad. So what could be worse than that? And so I take those jumps just like you do now too.
Well,
Perspective's
and
different.
here's the positive on that. That's actually a blessing.
Yeah.
Because
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
it's-
people live their life and they don't see their full potential of doing things.
Yep.
And so they are so scared to do anything, or they don't feel their worth is anything. But when you go through a life-altering thing,
Yeah.
like you have, like I have, then you see things more as a challenge.
Yeah.
Hey, look here. You ain't going to tell me I can't do this, A, B, C, and D. We just go and do it.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
There it is.
It's very, it can be scary and overwhelming in the moment, but it really is. And I will say it was not my first thought when I was going through my dilemma, but looking back at it now is the best thing that ever happened to me. My life is completely changed,
See?
similar to yours. And I think that's so cool that, how resilient, people are.
We're trying to have a
having-
truly
Ooh.
sincere conversation. Oh, never mind. That's pizza.
No. This is a very special pizza.
What is this one?
This is
Is this Lost Toe pizza?
no.
I can't
So
touch it. The thing is
this-
hot.
This is not on our menu. It's one of our secret menu items.
Okay.
This is our breakfast pizza.
It's what?
Our breakfast pizza.
Okay. I cannot wait to try this. Would you know what's on it?
We're here so early. He was like, here's breakfast.
But do you know what's on it, though? It looks like it's sausage.
Sausage and bacon. We use an Alfredo base. And there's a ton of cheese on there and eggs.
I'll pick it up, but it's too hot to pick up right now. So
yeah, we'll have to pick up a slice and show the camera. But it looks delicious, and I promise it tastes just as well.
all right, how about
If you're from the Midwest, breakfast pizza is a thing. It's a big deal. If you're not from the Midwest, you're probably like, what is a breakfast pizza? But I promise it's delicious.
Can you see that? Okay, so this is the breakfast pizza. Look how beautiful that is right there. Ooh, that is hot. Okay. Suck. Ah, Lord Jesus. Okay, that is. No fingerprints. All right, ain't got no fingerprints no
One
more.
of those items you have to
It-
come in or call and talk to us, but we'll make them for you.
Remember what we talked about earlier about, talking to your food?
Yeah.
Okay, so I use this saying to my food. I talk to my food, and like when I cook my bacon and my eggs and all that for breakfast, my grits, then I usually like to sing to it. So I always sitting there going, "Hi, baby. How you doing, oh, girl? You so pretty. Look at you today." And then if you start sizzling and just, "Oh, sing to me, baby, sing to me." And so, pizza's the same way. It's like, "Come on, baby, let's go and just settle on down a little bit, because I know you're hot, you're excited. So we're going to just let you calm down for a second, oh, breakfast pizza, and we will be with you in a second." See? And then it calms them down.
Do you like your bacon like wiggly or crispy?
I like crispy bacon. But let me tell you what happened this morning. All right, so I was making breakfast for Jennifer. Some feel like it's up my nose. Do you see anything like trying to come out or anything? All right, all right, I apologize. Professional. So I was making some breakfast for Jennifer and didn't have no grits. I got to go to the store later and buy some grits. So I made her bacon and eggs. Well, normally I have a cast iron skillet that's like huge, right? I actually several of them. And so I usually will thaw my bacon out, and I use the grease from the bacon as it's cooking to kind of like season the pan a little bit to get it going. And then I just cook it, add some sage, salt, and pepper. Well, I didn't have the patience for that today. So I pulled it out of the freezer, frozen. I slapped it in a hot oven, or not oven, but in the hot cast iron skillet. But I made a mixture of water with salt, pepper, sage, onion powder, garlic powder, and mixed that up. And I poured it in there because I also will boil my bacon too. Because when you boil the meat, it actually helps tighten up some of the muscle that's in the bacon. So it'll tighten up the white fat, but it also will tighten up the red meat too. And so it becomes actually better. Well, problem with that is, and I learned this today, Jennifer was like, she's a Southern lady. She's going to tell you what's on the brain. I said, "What's wrong?" I went there and I slaved in front of that kitchen and burned myself and everything else, standing on my 2 prosthetic legs to make you breakfast. What you mean? She said, "Well, just don't really have that bacon taste. It tastes more like ham." And so I started eating on it. I said, "You're right. It does taste more like ham." So I washed away the bacon flavor is what happened. So, and I think what happened was I took it as frozen and did it. And I shouldn't have done it that way. But you let it boil. You let it, make sure that the meat is loose and everything and cooked and all that. And then what I do is I drain that juice and the water into another cup. And then that way, as it's cooking and starting to fry up, because I'll add a little bit of butter in there too, as it starts to fry up, I add just a little bit more of that water juice back in there just to kind of braise it up, whatever burns to the pan, braise it up. Ooh, it was still delicious.
I've never heard of boiling bacon.
Yeah. Like you boil ribs
Is
too.
that like a Southern?
Oh, yes, a very Southern thing.
Okay.
Like with ribs, like country style ribs,
Yeah.
boneless and all that, you boil the ribs first.
Okay.
And it tenderizes it up. And if you have any spices, that you want to put into it, it can infuse into the food, into the meat itself, and then you fry the mess out of it.
Okay.
So, but there's so many things I love to do when it comes to food and meats and all that other stuff. But bacon, yeah, that's it. But the next time I do it, Jennifer said, "Baby, just make it the way you used to." So I'm gonna thaw my bacon.
Like ham.
Huh?
So it doesn't taste like ham.
So she wants that bacon flavor. So I'm gonna thaw it out. I'm gonna slap it in a hot cast iron skillet. I'm gonna fry it normal. Let its own juices get in there, and that's the problem. Its own oil was washed away through the boiling process. And I boiled it, as it was cooking in the cast iron skillet. So, anyways, the point is, I washed its own juice out.
All right.
That was my problem. So,
Fair.
so I'm gonna eat. Hold on, I gotta try this pizza real quick. All right. In fact, y'all look at that. Look at that. You see that? Oh, hold on.
I dropped school.
Oh, okay. That's hot. I don't need an audience, man. Don't watch me. I don't need you to watch me up. Okay. So this is. Oh, I love this show. Breakfast pizza. It's got. I'm sorry. It's got eggs, bacon, ham, sausage,
Yes.
Alfredo
It
sauce.
does.
And what else? Is that it?
Cheese.
Oh, yeah, cheese. And cheese. And isn't y'all's cheese like the buffalo milk? Or is that for
Yes.
everything? Or is
yeah,
that?
it is. And it looks like you put some cheddar on there as well. So
You
it
got
has
cheddar
two
on it?
different types of cheeses.
So, I mean, look at that. I already took a bite of it, but, I mean, y'all just look at that.
Again, secret menu item, so you have to come in and ask for it.
And you know how... Hold on. Holy Spirit just hit me. Oh, Lord. Okay, all right, there it is. It's Shimalaya. Okay. There it is. Anyway, so I gotta put this down. But the that is so good. But here's what I noticed about it too. You eat some like breakfast pizzas, then it always tastes like the eggs are overdone, like they're overcooked and all
Yeah.
that. Not this.
Sometimes I'll get some slices of breakfast pizza and there's too much of the sauce, like the cheese sauce or whatever the base is, and that becomes very overwhelming. But this one that we do here, everything's very equal.
It complements everything. Everything complements very well.
Yeah.
And so, and another thing about breakfast pizzas too is they're so heavy. Usually they're so heavy, and they don't have that fluffiness to them. This has like a fluff factor to it that's hard to explain. It doesn't feel weighed down. I wonder how they do that with the oven.
Magic, I guess.
I ain't no magic. No, ain't no
I
magic.
think a lot of it is credit to our dough. Our dough's pretty fluffy.
Okay, no, that ain't got nothing to do with the dough. I'm talking about the innards.
Oh.
The innards.
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay, you know what? In fact,
I just think it holds up really well to this dough. I mean, there are breakfast pizzas that I have where the dough completely flops and most of it ends up on a plate, or unless it starts to cool down or something like that.
I am too fat for this, but good Lord, look at that. Look at that.
Delicious. Just gonna keep going.
And that's that buffalo milk, right?
Yeah, it is.
Good Lord.
I love that that's your preferred way of eating pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's so hilarious. Everybody has their own pizza quirk, the way that they eat it.
Yeah. But that right there, even though I'll eat the toppings first, I still like to use this as just cheesy bread.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, ooh, that is delicious.
It is. It's really, really good.
Problem is I will actually not eat dinner the night before we do these shows on purpose because I know I'm coming in here next door.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of food that we go through.
It is a lot of yeah.
It's delicious though.
But it's a perk. Was part of the job. I like that. I'm not complaining one bit.
You had 2 new things today.
I ate 2 new things. That's right. I never had the
Ravioli.
the fried ravioli. I've never had that. And the breakfast pizza was a shock. I didn't even know that he was going to do that at all. And I kind of he hinted around about those
The ravioli.
the raviolis, but I haven't had them before. That was the first time.
Yeah.
And then these are just phenomenal.
I feel like he likes to bring out a lot of the secret menu items that we do.
Well, I know Ricky's signature select sauce is on it, and I don't see none of that on the table.
I love your shameless plug for... Last time we were out of it because so many people come in and requested it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I want my 1% on the sale of the Ricky's signature select sauce, Bob.
That's the deal you worked out with Kyle.
There was no deal. He just said, "Here, we made a sauce in your name." But who percentage?
Kyle's 0%.
Kyle's already given me a percentage of the other thing. No, but yeah, the secret menu stuff is phenomenal. I tell you, who would love this one right here. The breakfast pizza is my Uncle Pork Bottoms.
Oh, yeah.
My Uncle Pork Bottoms, man, he be in here singing praises too. He's not.
There's a lot of pork products on this.
Huh?
There's a lot of pork products.
Well, Pork Bottoms, because he makes his own homemade pork rinds. So,
I want to try those.
oh, you love them, and they're huge. They're like this big, but they're like nothing but air.
Really?
And there's something with the oil that he does it in. He does it in a wok that's
Yeah.
bigger than this table.
Wow.
I don't know where he got it from, and it's deep, and he's under this fire, and he uses a certain grease that you don't normally use for making this kind of stuff, and he'll just pour it all in there, and it just bubbles up. It's so pretty and smelling so good and delicious, and then you reach in there and you grab one because it happens like that, and
So
it
it's
just
like
whoosh,
instant.
huh?
It's like instant.
And almost instant. Yeah, it's like cotton candy.
Oh, okay.
And so you grab some. He'll season some. He's got a special seasoning sauce he puts on it too. And one time he barbecue sauce, like actually the wet stuff. That was good too.
Really?
And then he refried them.
I think we need some. We get them shipped, or we
Ah.
can take a drive down. We can do a podcast in the car as we drive down to...
He's in Phoenix City, Alabama, which Phoenix City, Alabama is actually across the river from Columbus, Georgia, my hometown.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like the southeast, southwest sides here,
Yeah.
and the river is separating the two. That's the way it is, just state line.
Yeah.
Because I think I told you before that we actually have a zip line that goes across the state.
I don't think you told us that.
I didn't tell you that?
No.
There is a zip line that they just did because, number one, I don't understand what they fools decided to do, but they took Chattahoochee River, which is filled with alligators and water moccasins and
Dinosaurs. We talked about
dinosaurs. That's right. They dinosaurs, and they decided to blow up part of the Chattahoochee River where the lime rocks are, and made level 4 whitewater rapids. And so then on top of that, they decided to sit there and take a zip line across from Columbus, Georgia to Phoenix City, Alabama, across the river. So not only are you feeding the dinosaurs that want to swim in the water, but you got rotisserie chicken people hanging off a line,
Rotisserie chicken.
waiting to drop like it's hot grease coming down. So, I said, you must be out your mind. I'm not getting it, because everybody's like, well, next time you come down, won't you, go ahead and drive the zip line? I'll drive my car across the bridge. We good. I'm not getting on that zip line, looking at them hungry gators, looking at my chicken cell, because when I sweat pure deliciousness and sunshine. Okay? Pure deliciousness and sunshine. So, no. We ain't doing that. You want to do that? You go right ahead. I know there's gators and pythons and monsters and dinosaurs in that water. You best be scratch your mind. So,
You had me at alligators. So I'm good.
I had you at alligator?
Yeah, I'm good.
Crocodinosaur is what it is.
You know how we talked about Disney World last
Mhm.
time? There's a ride at Animal Kingdom. It's a safari ride.
Oh yeah, I've never been. I remember parking lot.
Again, Disney,
Parking
more
lot.
than welcome. But there's a part where you go over crocodiles or alligators or whatever they are.
Like real?
Real. Like
Well, it is
over
Florida.
a bridge. It's a ride. Well, a ride. It's a safari, and they're actually trained. Like the cast
I know
members
you
are
ain't-
trained that if you fall, they're to hit the gas and leave, because nobody will survive that, and they don't want the rest of the people on the tram to see
If
what happens.
y'all better come back for me, I would drag all y'all down into that water.
So it reminded me when you're like ziplining across the thing. I was like, that's scary.
So it's like dump and go. Is that that how they do it?
Yeah, if they fall over, or if
Disney?
something, they're
Really?
used to hit the gas and go, because they want to save the rest of the tram from the traumatic experience of watching somebody get eaten alive by dozens of crocodiles and alligators.
Well, I mean, ain't that that's the glory? Ain't that just beautiful? That's so nice. You pay your $100 and $300 to get in, and they just gonna let you be food for the dinosaurs.
I mean, stay in the. That's why they tell you it's very important to keep all hands and arms inside the vehicle at all times.
man, it would be like DoorDash
And
for the
children
Gators.
are not allowed to be or children have to be in the center, just for that reason.
Okay, so again, because my only experience with Disney was in the parking lot. Thank you for bringing up that sad memory. So, is this part of the entire like ride for the Animal Kingdom,
It's
or is it option?
no, like there's multiple rides. This is one of the experiences.
Okay, so they cafeteria style, literally. The thing. So it's like, okay, would you like to have your family member, your uncle you don't like eating today? Is that what it
If you
is?
ride the safari, you have to do that part.
Okay, well, I
But
will
there's
watch
other
this.
rides you can do. You
No,
don't have to do that.
I will
ride.
watch the Discovery Channel from now on. And no, I'm not gonna. Like I said, them gators, sharks, dinosaurs, megalodons, whatever you want to call them, they smell delicious. All right, I smell and chicken. All right, that's pure fried chicken right there.
So when Disney pays for our trip to go there,
I'm sorry.
When Disney pays for our trip to
Okay.
go there, I think this will be the perfect ride for you and I to.
I think not. I think I'm gonna be finding me a new producer when I push her in. You laughing
You
about
guys
that?
all
No.
heard it here?
No, I grew up around them things.
Premeditated.
No, I grew up around them things. No, ma'am. Because in Columbus, Georgia, you might be driving down on 4th Avenue, and you got only 3 roads from the river, and you see what you think is a log in the middle of the road. It happens to be a dinosaur. And so it's not like you're going to just stop the car, get out, and move that log. Because many people thought they were logs, and they get out, and all of a sudden, here comes Mr. Gator.
They're pretty quick on land too, aren't they?
I ain't been close enough to be watching them like that.
I didn't know if you had like an experience.
But Uncle Port Bottoms and I would actually go down to Bahamas when I was young, and he had a boat, and you used to be able to take Chattahoochee River and just straight on down, and straight on down to the ocean, and then just carry on. And I think they stopped that with these little dams that they have. But anyway, along the way, they're the Gators laying there, sunning, going, I smell that fat boy Ricky coming on. Well, come on now. Come on. It's dinner time. So, yeah, I've had my experience with Gators, and I'm not going to go pay to get into, Jurassic Park so that thing can eat my chunk of cell.
Fair.
No. Fair. I'm glad you agree.
Fair.
So, yes, Disney, we would love to have your sponsorship. I don't know about me going on that ride, though. And if you do get me on that ride, you better strap me in. Because I'm afraid that thing might jump out. And how high
I'll
off the
keep you
thing?
towards the center, so you don't. We'll put you in the middle.
I appreciate it. And if I do fall in, man, y'all better come get me. Because if I survive that, I might have no arms, no head, no knees, no nothing. I'm coming back for you. Okay? I'll be just a nub of a shoulder sitting there going around the street trying to come get you. Because believe me, that'll be a horror story right there. Be hearing tapping on the door. What's that? Oh, it's nothing but it's Ricky's shoulder. Ricky's shoulder doesn't come haunt you. All right, just let you know. Well, look, I'm tired of talking right now. I think we're done with the show for right now because I'm a little bit on the depressed
Talked about a lot
side.
of scary stuff today. Scary movies.
Scary movie ain't got no. We talking about real stuff. We talking about real stuff. Look here. Until next time, I'll leave the light on for you so you can show up and make sure that you don't cross no gators along the way and don't bring him over here. Ricky's Big World. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Lady, don't look. Don't you bring up no gators around here no more. All right? And then sure enough gonna sit there talking about, hopefully we off the camera now, but you sure enough gonna talk about, oh, well, you know, you might accidentally get pushed in and we gonna leave you, you know, stuff like that because, oh, so sad, you were lost cause. This one ain't gonna be lost. I will fight a gator. All right? So, in fact, I need an alligator pizza from one day because now I need revenge. Okay? I just need a little piece of that revenge. And if you want to bring it to me in an alligator purse, I'm fine with that too. Okay? I'm fine. Please let this be off.